Whoa, I'm so far from home, and I just wanna go, but fear's on the road, and I'm like, whoa, I'm so far from home. Look, I may not be on right now, but I'm on my way. But I'm on my way, hey, hey. Said I may not be on right now, but I'm on my way. But I'm on my way, And if I should fall, please give me a call. Let me know that you love me and really walk and don't talk. Gotta show me you care and that the loyalty is strong. I remember when I'm on and watch over when I'm gone. Sometimes I get lost on my quest to succession, taking a wrong turn and finding another bridge that's burned. I live and learn and continue to go through my lessons. As I reach the peak of my adolescence, I keep asking myself questions. They running through my head like a bank robber on a speed chase running through red lights. His peripheral sight's a 16 wheeler to the right, but it's too late, it crashed, it smashed. That's what happens when we're stuck in survival mode. So we'll put it all on the line for some cash. Growing up fast and misguided, surrounded by violence and people in disguises who just lie, despise them. But it's the life of survival, and our vital interest is only to live. Possess power like politicians if we feel we got something to give or something to create. Manifest an idea and let the whole world see it, hear it, smell it, feel it, even give it a taste. But how do you take that prototype through a test that would generate generational wealth for the ones who depend on you now and when you gone? Because this is more than yourself. Born with a perfect core of health and was diagnosed with psychic pounds on the way. Made a vow to escape this dark place 1,000 miles away from home. All alone because there are some things you gotta do on your own. That's the reason my phone is on airplane mode. Diving into my soul cause I was out of my zone. Frozen for some time, close to a decline. Working on opening my mind. Now controlling the mind, cause at the same time you think of thoughts you never thought before. It's a blessing and a curse, but once you realize you're more blessed, then that is when you soar. Recognize the purpose are the ones you do it for, who you adore. The same ones with you who will walk into the store to split $1, just a little Debbie cake you can afford. The same ones with you who were willing to do anything for a meal, who was down when things got real, who was down to build and accept your leadership skills, who showed up to the shows because you was on the bill, the ones who called to see how you feel. So while you climb this hill, understand it takes time to heal. And the grind is real, but failing forward is inside of the deal. Fail forward, yeah. And I'm like, I may not be on right now, but I'm on my way, yeah. But I'm on my way, hey, hey. Said I may not be on right now, but I'm on my way, yeah. But I'm on my way, and if I should fall, please give me a call. Let me know that you love me and really walk and don't talk. Gotta show me you care and that the loyalty is strong. I remember when I'm on and watch over when I'm gone. Oh, why? And I said, whoa, I'm so far from home, and I just wanna go, but fear's on the road. Don't fear, fail forward. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Morningside After Dark, where tonight we set our compasses to true north. I'm Rebecca Sorensen, one of the co-hosts. While we can't be in person, we're so happy to offer this experience virtually till we all gather again this spring, finally in person. Thank you for being here. A quick thank you to our tech team, Andy Vogl and George Scott McKelvey. They've made the magic happen for 7 online shows, and we're so grateful to them. We just couldn't do this without you.
Hi, I'm Katie Vernon, a co-host of Morningside After Dark. Before we begin, we want to thank our amazing sponsors for making tonight possible. Thank you to our sponsors, Sen and Sons, Hyperbole, the best podcast ever, Yoga Fit Studio, Linden Hills, The 10 Spot, Edina, and Rebecca and Mark Sorensen. We are proud to partner with the Anne Bancroft Foundation, empowering girls to achieve their full potential through grants and mentorship opportunities. Tonight, please don't hesitate to jump into the Facebook Live comments during the show with questions or comments, and to share the love with our performers.
Hi, everyone. I'm co-host Jim Mahoney. We want to thank our season-long performance sponsor, Dissonance. We're proud to partner with an organization that supports people in the arts community with mental health or substance abuse issues. If you or anyone you love is looking for help, please check out updated resources at dissonance.org. And now let's get together one last time online for Morningside After Dark, True North.
Hi, my name is Jasir Johnson, and I'm the co-founder and chair of the board for Dissonance. Dissonance is a local nonprofit organization with a mission to build healthy community in and through the arts. To challenge stigma about mental health and recovery, we have to look at all aspects of well-being, including financial security. Paying artists is one part of what we do, and we are proud to be this season's performance sponsor for Morningside After Dark. To learn more about us, visit us at www.dissonance.website. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
There's a spark when a girl realizes she has someone she can count on to support her dreams. The Bancroft Foundation believes in nurturing that spark. Through mentorships and grants, we connect girls to opportunities beyond their normal world. We are celebrating 25 years this year. Join us as we celebrate and with a recommitment to supporting K through 12 girls in Minnesota.
Oh, hello. Welcome to my bathtub. I was just sitting here thinking about how lucky I am to be able to experience Morningside After Dark right here from the luxury of a warm tub with that beautiful candlelit glow right behind me. It is truly the best thing ever. Wouldn't you agree, Danielle?
You are so right, Amy. Truer words have never been spoken.
We are so thankful to Rebecca and her incredible team of producers who have put together this virtual Morningside After Dark. It's incredible. The songs, the stories, the talent.
Traditionally, one usually gets dressed and wears clothing to Morningside After Dark. But not this month. This month is different.
It is beyond fabulous. And do you know what else is beyond fabulous? Hyperbole. The best podcast ever. You can listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. We'd be forever grateful. And hey, do it from the tub. All the cool cats and kittens are doing it.
Hey everyone, welcome to Morningside After Dark. My name is Andy Vogl, and you may recognize me as usually the guy who's behind the camera and behind the scenes at Morningside After Dark. But tonight I'm super excited to be performing in front of the camera for you all for tonight's True North theme. And I'm recording live here tonight from Ely, Minnesota, which is my True North, where me and my family just recently moved to last year to be closer to the Boundary Waters and Lake Superior and all of the beauty that northern Minnesota has to offer. And it has just been so great and so awesome being able to explore so many different places up here and have so much time to do so many different things. It's really been awesome. So tonight I'm going to be playing a song from my band, the Karma Kicks, that I wrote called Don't Bury Me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mary Moore Easter. You can find links to my 4 poetry books in the chat. I'm reading today from the most recent of them, a chapbook called Free Papers, poems inspired by the testimony of Eliza Winston, a Mississippi slave escaped to freedom in Minnesota in 1860. Eliza credits friends who made clothes for her escape, quote, of a kind suitable to what we supposed this climate to be. They sat in the heat of Mississippi and tried to imagine Minnesota winters. So familiar. Those who made 2 years' worth of her clothes tell about it. He'd tell the land would be white in winter. He'd tell the white would be soft as cotton, with thorns of ice not growing from the ground, but falling from the sky. He'd tell what she gonna need for a body used to heat. I make a secret around my waist of mistress' ripped pantaloons. Stolen honey cover, smuggled down the slave line, ripped at will. She won't miss its rent unmended. Plenty more where that come from. Woman number 2. As long as these old fingers hold a thimble, you will not tremble in whatever cold they have for you, Eliza. You are not motherless without cover. In your solitude, take with you this vest with sleeves, stitched and doubled, cotton stuffed, these skirts and sack shirts, closed with pilfered buttons, tagged with bits of cut-off ribbon, to remind your joy to rise inside your obedient face, your fire to blaze inside whatever cold they have for you. Take us with you in each fold and pleat, armored by the freedom that you seek. Eliza's testimony. I had heard that by coming north, I might be free. And so they came north, true north. Up the river, way up from Shiloh Plantation to St. Anthony Falls, Minnesota. In droves they came. They left the heat behind, the Mississippi musk and heavy air. A change of scene would do them good. The falls and water rushing free in foam. They took their comforts with them. Cook, who kept the South inside their mouths. Slave, who'd sleep on floor outside their door, waked at any whim or need. The hand that held the sickly head and kept the children out of mind. That hefted and smoothed and scurried, dark as nighttime in the day, invisible, a nothing to imagine with a plan. Eliza came, was brought along. To hold the sickly head, she left the bondage of her home behind, left friends who knew her leaving was for good and kept her plan for freedom sealed, left musk and heavy air, and duties owned by those whose promises betrayed her trust. She did her very best, a comfort to herself, her standard steady over churning water, her forward motion out of sight beneath the flashing surface of the paddle boat. She smoothed and scurried, closely confined, by minutes, hours, days, nights, waiting to alight on land, free land, true north. Thank you.
When I in awesome wonder I'm Stephen Kung, a Twin Cities-based musician, composer, designer, and writer, and I'd like to read a book that I've got coming out this fall called Snowflake. I'm reading it in the voice of an old Polish grandmother, and it has a musical accompaniment that I came up with as well. I hope you enjoy it.
Once there was born, high in the sky, a single snowflake. What a beautiful world, it gasped. I must share this with somebody. So the snowflake lilted slowly earthward over hills and forests, farms and fields, until it spied a city. Somebody there. I must share with them what a beautiful world it is, the snowflake mused. So it descended in a swirling happy dance until it came upon a man in a wool coat and settled upon the mountainside of his shoulder. Beautiful is the world, chirped the snowflake directly into the man's ear. But the man, hearing nothing, gruffly pulled his hat over his ears and hurried on his way. For a moment, the snowflake was sad because, as you know, joy is best shared. But it gathered itself and said, I know. I'll find some friends and we will join our voices. Maybe then the man will hear us. So in a gust of wind, the snowflake lifted from the man's shoulder up into the glad air to find some friends. By the time the snowflake returned, the man was scraping ice from the windows of his car. The snowflake, now accompanied by a swirling chorus, gathered all its strength and sang clearly and brightly, Beautiful is the world. But no sound registered above the man's grumbling. Damn it, I'm sick of this crap, he muttered under a thin cloud of breath as he scraped. Now the snowflake was sad again and a little bit angry, and you don't want to make snowflakes angry because their anger comes from love, which is what makes the world beautiful in the first place. Undeterred, the snowflake and its friends rose in a great gust high into the sky. At the very top of their ascent, suspended between earth and stars, the snowflake looked down. As it was in the beginning, the world was beautiful. So unutterably beautiful that the snowflake and its friends began to cry. They cried tears of wonder and joy, of longing and sorrow, of gratitude and laughter, and their tears became yet more snowflakes dancing in the bright air. Now, in vast, uncountable number, the snowflakes descended from the heavens. Presently, they spied the man shoveling his sidewalk, still grumbling under his breath as he shuffled along, flinging snow from one place to another. In a mighty whirl, summoning all of their strength, the snowflakes shouted, "Beautiful is the world!" so loudly that the man bolted upright as if struck by a snowball. Surveying the path behind him, which had already filled with drifting snow, the man finally bellowed, "I give up." Just then, the wind died down, and he was surrounded by the peculiar quietness that only snow can create. And in that perfect stillness, the man looked around at a world bright and new, and murmured with hushed reverence, "Beautiful is the world." Thank you.
Hey, we're the 10th spot. We're at 45th and France in the Lorient. We're inviting you into spring into spring. It's a great time to get a new skincare routine going, get yourself a mani, a fresh pedi, get ready for those vacations we know you have planned, and spend some time in our fantastic private treatment rooms. They're super fun. You can listen to music, you can put on the show of your choice, and we provide services like facials, chemical peels, and waxing, as well as some of the more fashion-forward services like brow laminations and lash lifts. We'd love to see you. We're part of the hood, and we're so happy to be a part of Morningside After Dark.
Hi, my name is Ashok Darwal. My wife and I own the Yoga Fit studios in Minneapolis, including the one on 45th and France Avenue. We are honored to be a sponsor once again for Morningside After Dark. It will be our 6th year in a row. We're very grateful to be a part of this wonderful event. We wanted to share that we are doing about 100 in-studio classes per week across our 4 locations, and also about 50 virtual classes per week. If you're interested in joining a membership, we have some specials for Morningside After Dark fans and community, and you can email us at lindenhills@yogafitstudios.com. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Harmony Kaplan.
And I'm Joel Kaplan.
And we have been doing pandemic-related songs for the last almost 2 years. We started out doing them just for friends on Instagram and Facebook, and somehow it kind of mushroomed. And then our grandson said that these have to be on TikTok. So we learned how to do that. And we have about 30,000 some followers and
over 300,000 likes.
Yeah, like 350,000 to be exact, or thereabouts anyway. And you've always been a willing participant in this. Can you tell? Anyway, we've gotten a lot of press from this locally as well as nationally with the Today Show and Katie Couric and David Mears' ABC World News Tonight. It's been fun for the most part, right?
Yeah.
And the early songs had to do with being in lockdown, and then we kind of morphed into ones about getting vaccines. So we wanted to share with you a couple tonight, and the one is the one that we actually did that was featured on World News Tonight. And the other one is more recent and has to do with getting vaxxed and boosted, because if we all do, we really can get out and enjoy the true north. See what I did there?
But before you do, wash your hands.
Oh, well, hello, viewers. Well, hello, viewers. It's so nice to have you here with us again. We're feeling swell, viewers. Can you tell, viewers? We both got our second doses of the Pfizer vaccine. So when it's your turn, people, give it a go. People, just say, oh no, I'm not giving away my shot. And maybe one day we can all say we can be together one-on-one, no screen between us. We can be together one-on-one.
But keep washing your hands.
Keep washing and washing. Fellow citizens, let's be on the same team so we can get back to living our dream. Each day will be bright, we'll be rolling in clover when this pandemic is finally over. Fellow citizens, let's all do our part. We're begging you from the bottom of our heart. Get vaxxed and boosted right away. Please, please do it. We can all get through it. Let's all help each other today.
And please, keep washing your hands.
Why not?
Hello. My name is Jasir Johnson. You can find me on Instagram at SirJah18. That's SIRJAH 18. All one word. Without further ado, let's do it. A true North Sider. On December 18th, 2002, I was born. A North Sider was born. Now, if you said that anywhere else, it'd probably be irrelevant. But if you came up in the 612, I pray that you know what I meant. It's a name of pride, a name of power, a name of strength, a piece of culture that was passed down to me from my parents, because being a Northsider is more than just from being over North. It's about being a fighter, about standing up for what you believe in, about no matter how many ups or downs or lefts and rights, that you never forget where you came from. Because I'll never forget where I came from. Where do I come from? I come from the city of Prince that breeds kings and queens, where little black boys can rap and little black girls can sing, where black men are lawyers and black women are doctors, and even if we're from the hood, we all speak proper. Twin City grown, a rose that rose from the concrete covered in snow. But you already know how that story goes, because the story's older than the men who told. Northside, born and raised, and I'll carry the Northside on my back until my end of days. Thank you for your time. Peace.
Hello, my name is Annie Humphrey, and I really do play my piano at night by candlelight, and I live in a log house, and I have a wood stove in the basement. So this northern Minnesota theme, you know, the things that people think about when you think about northern Minnesota in the wintertime is what I'm kind of immersed in. I'm going to share a song called New Snow, and it's a tribute to my father. He passed away from Alzheimer's, and you know, when a generation of people are leaving us, also a lot of wisdom is leaving too. And I try to remember everything he taught, and I teach my kids and my grandsons. But you know, it's kind of inevitable that things are getting lost. So we try our best. We try our best to carry on what we can remember. So I'm going to perform a song called New Snow.
watching you. Good evening, Morningside After Dark. My name is Tom Trondson, and I'm going to be reading from my novel, Moving in Stereo. The story is about a professional tennis player in the 90s who is battling demons on and off the court. In fact, I can't think of a protagonist who doesn't exemplify this idea of true north more so than Richard Blanco. I'll be reading from section at the beginning of the book that takes place in 1978 at the tennis academy where Richard trains with his father, who is also his coach. My problems began shortly after 60 Minutes aired the special on Di Stefano Tennis Academy. This was 1978. Pre-anxiety disorder, I was a normal teenager. My favorite band was Led Zeppelin. I wore my hair shoulder length and feathered like Sean Cassidy, and I had designs for one day playing in the show. Morley Safer had asked the DTA co-founders if tennis academies were a fad like Bermuda shorts or disco. Safer then digressed. He said he'd shot 100 hours of film. He'd interviewed umpteen students and coaches. He'd sat in on Claudia's How to Walk Like a Champion presentation. Safer thought making a world-class tennis player was more complicated. What about intangibles, he asked Dad and Coach, like grit and drive and character? How does mindlessly hitting tens of thousands of tennis balls make the next Jimmy Connors or Chrissy Evert? Dad proffered a finger. He then went on in his mannered English, stroking his mustache for emphasis. He agreed that tennis academies wouldn't be taken seriously until a player from inside the system reached superstar status. He said it was still early in tennis academy development, that he and Coach were, quote, sorting out the kinks as we speak, unquote. He told Safer he believed a system where athletes with varying psychological profiles, top flight coaches, and state-of-the-art facilities could come together under one roof. A balance could be achieved where a player or players rise from the ashes to dominate the sport like the United States hadn't seen since the 1950s. That's when Safer asked if the DTA had a bona fide star in the making. 1978 hadn't been a banner year. My body was growing faster than my legs could keep up. I missed Mom and my friends in Los Angeles. I felt my game had plateaued, and Dad told Safer, and like half the country, sitting in their living rooms that Saturday night, that I was not only DTA's savior, but that me and me alone would shoulder the nascent tennis academy phenomenon into powerhouse legitimacy. Dad's boast felt like being pummeled by wave after wave of storm-surge surf. And it wasn't only between the lines. The pressure spilled over into my private life, too. I'd be standing in line at a record store with sweat dripping off my forehead and thinking I couldn't shut my mind off. Jesus, why is this taking so long? Did I really need physical graffiti? Why is the cashier staring at me? Can he see that I'm freaking out? Can he see that I need help? Then came the on-court incident. I was losing badly to Kenji Matsuyama during fall challenge matches. It was my turn to serve, only I couldn't move. My arm even refused to toss the ball. By the time Dad arrived, I was mumbling things like, it was said, the world knows, it can't be undone. My parents thought my breakdown was their fault. They blamed the cross-country move. Claudia referred me to a local psychiatrist. Talking sessions between therapist and patient, me in tears, describing the weight of expectations, my newfound fears of malls and tennis courts. The therapist listened patiently. Then she wrote me an anti-anxiety prescription. I wasn't the only confused Blanco. Mom's shrink was near the movie studios, perfect after a bad day on set. Then there was Dad. Sure, he came across posh and put together, with his eager blue eyes and snappy British accent, but if you were his son, you knew he carried a heavy burden too. The nights he spent locked away in his room. Those moments on airplanes when I'd catch him staring out the window, like he'd jump if he could. Worried, I'd ask Dad if everything was okay. He'd give me the saddest smile in the world. So I asked Claudia how a person went about suggesting a friend seek professional help. Do you have someone in mind, Richard? I'd rather not say. Why do you think this person would benefit from psychotherapy? She said. Because he seems lost. I'd suggest you tell this person exactly that, she said. What if he takes it the wrong way? Speak from the heart. with your best intentions, she said, and hope for the best. I did as Claudia recommended, and Dad was so intrigued with therapy, he waved me off like I was a complete imbecile. Thank you, Morningside After Dark. Thanks again for the honor of reading, and everyone have a great rest of the winter.
Hey there, Morningside friends. I'm so happy to get to be a part of the gathering this evening. My name is Brian. I'm going to be singing a brand new song that nobody has really heard yet, called There Is a Trail. And it goes like this. Yes, there is a trail that I've worn from my sojourn to the ridge, every night and every morn. It's the trail the quartzite flecks and the junipers adorn. It's the trail that I've been carving since the day that I was born. Now the bears use it, the deer try it, the coyotes choose it, the hawks fly it, and I'm smaller than a finch in this geologic age. But that trail has led me to this microphone and stage. It led me to desolation, whose terrain is hard as hell. It led me to this love in which I sometimes chance to dwell. But the floods erase it, echoes haunted, ghosts trace it, and the thieves wanted. And yes, there's a trail that I've worn through the cliffs a kid can climb, through the thickets full of thorn, through losses too unbearable for anyone to mourn. Perhaps you watched me walking lonesome and forlorn. I almost lose it, I can't bear. But if you want to use it, I'm glad to share it with you. And the echoes and floods and you, and the bear and the deer and you, and the coyotes and the hawks and you, and the ghosts and the thieves and you, and the echoes and floods and me, and the bear and the deer and me, and the coyotes and the hawks and me, and you and the ghosts and the thieves, and you and the ghosts and the thieves.
Thank you, Morningside After Dark. It's an honor to be with so much talent. Hi,
I'm Anne Bancroft. In 1986, I was a young teacher, and an opportunity crossed my path, and that opportunity took me to the Arctic on an expedition to the North Pole by dog team in the spirit of early explorers that inspired me as a young 10-year-old girl. I saw the pages, the dusty old boring pages really, in the books in the back room of my parents' house, and I was gripped. So to have an opportunity in real time to travel to this remarkable place was a dream fulfilled. I traveled on the Arctic Ocean, which creaked and cracked and groaned and lurched up and separated, sometimes all in one moment. Sometimes it was thrilling and sometimes it was petrifying, but it never disappointed in terms of being beautiful. So many people think it's sort of a gray and white world of these hues that don't really distinguish one from another. But in fact, that low-lying Arctic sun comes up over the curvature of the Earth, and it hits the millions and millions of ice crystals, and you've got every color in the rainbow demonstrated out on the horizon, and it's just absolutely magic. I think some people might assume that 90 degrees north would be my true north. But in fact, it was just simply the gateway, the path to lead me to finding my real true north. I came back and it was early May. It was 85 above zero. It was just an unruly spring Minnesota warm day. I grabbed a husky named Zap that was about to retire, and I took him with me to be an ambassador as I went back to visit my school, which was still in session. I walked into that school, small K-8 community, and I had my epiphany. All my colleagues had brought the Arctic alive in this small school. In math, science, geography, literature, and music and art even, the Arctic was alive. And by the end of the day, listening to stories and hearing songs and understanding that they knew as much about the Arctic drift as I did, that you could travel 10 miles north and then as you slept, lose those 10 miles to the strong currents underneath that ice cap. They knew it all, and they were enthusiastic. And I realized that I could be a teacher outside of the four walls of that classroom that I was so familiar with, that I thought was really my place to be. And as I left that afternoon, I wondered about this new platform I was standing on, where everybody was making such a stink and a kerfuffle about this woman who was the first woman. That is not why I went. I was just chasing a dream and was excited to see another part of this remarkable globe. But I started to process this feeling of responsibility to sort of this new ground that I was standing on, and what was I going to do with it. And I made a promise after I digested that afternoon at my school that I would, if I ever did other big expeditions, public expeditions, that I would take young people with me through curriculum, not actually on my sled, but metaphorically, take them with me on the journeys, teach them what I was seeing through my eyes, because I came to learn that everything that happens on an expedition happens in life, so it's all applicable. It's just a new kind of spark plug to learning, and I wanted to share it, and I wanted to share it with particularly a student audience. And as I started to do this over the last 30 years and make good on my promise, I realized that I was merging a sense of purpose with my passions, my passion for education and my passion for the out of doors. And so in my pursuit to the top of the world, 90 degrees north, true north, I would find my deeper true north, and it would carry me for the years leading up till now, and hopefully well into the future. So it's just been a tremendous honor to share a little bit about my true north.
Hey, I'm Chris Koza, and this is a song called North. Is wherever you go. My favorite song is whatever you know. What keeps us singing when the light is low, drifting in the moonlight along the coast. My favorite scent is campfire smoke, embedded like verse in your red wool coat. What gives us shelter when the night is close? Days are long, but the years are short. Shipyards full of wooden crates lining the quay. Carry-on settles in the loam. In between the devil and the deep blue sea, I find north and I am home. My favorite story is whatever comes next, filling pages with impulse and suspense. What keeps us tethered when the plot lines twist, when the words run out and the focus slips. My favorite sight is the subtle and strange, a glimmer of sunlight upon the waves, paraffin dripping on a window frame, the haunting glow of the seasons change. Bygone roads collapse beyond the trees, root and seed possess the stone. In between the devil and the deep blue sea, I find north and I am home. I find north, then I am home. Thank you for inviting me to be part of Morningside After Dark. I'll see you again.
Thank you to all of our performers. What a show. And thanks also to our sponsors for their ongoing support. We're so grateful to everyone in this community.
For updates on our big 10th anniversary show this spring, please visit our Facebook or Instagram pages. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also don't forget to check out our new website at morningsideafterdark.com for archives and more.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please go support live music, buy books, go to in-person gigs. We can't wait to bring you our spring show in person. Keep checking our Facebook page, our website, and get ready. We're coming back in person. Thank you so much for your support. Be well.
Come broken,
cracked wide open, 'cause I got a feeling that's how the love gets in. Ooh, ooh. Go ahead, when I turn my face to you, you can close your eyes or search my